Okay.
Hi, Mick. How are you?
Hi, Judy. How are you doing?
Good, 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 good. We're walking with your cell phone, right?
Sorry, I'm just getting it set up. I apologize.
That's all right. That's all right. It's pretty cool how we can connect from anywhere, or a green room even, with a cell phone in the back pocket. And
It's kind of unbelievable.
yeah, yeah. I think the weirdest place I ever warmed anybody up was when I was in Home Depot parking lot, and they were backstage before their gig, and they needed something really bad. They were
Okay.
needed a warm up. Huh.
And you were there for them.
Yeah, from the parking lot, and who knew that it worked. Okay, so tell me about your voice and what's going on. I know are you on tour now, or are you getting ready to record?
Yeah. I'm in between. I'm back in Nashville right now.
Okay.
So yeah, just trying to add a little more expression to my vocals. Have a little more, just sadness when I'm feeling sad, or happiness when I'm feeling happy. And I know you're kind of a master at expression, so I figured this would be cool.
Okay, well, I want you to sing anything that you want to show me what you're doing. All right?
Okay, cool.
Is
All
that-
right. All right.
when you perform, do you normally have an instrument?
I do. I have my guitar right here. Should I grab it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And the other thing I want to tell you is, don't sing to me. Sing like you're on stage as much as you can in this artificial situation.
Okay.
Let me be a fly on the wall and watch what you do. Give me your body language, your facial language. Just like be on stage for me.
Okay, cool. I can do that.
Lights, camera, action.
Used to like to get drunk, like to get stoned. I love to be buzzed up, now I leave it alone. I've had Joneses, I've had demons, I could love them, I could leave them. She's like a bit of whiskey with each kiss. She knocks me right over. I think I found my swagger. Then I stagger when she gets closer. She's getting me drunk, but it's a sweet hangover. I get high when I hold her.
Okay, that's really good. It's a good just general performance kind of thing. Also,
Okay.
I'm very happy to see some of your technique, that you're pulling your instrument open. When you're going for higher notes, you're
Sure.
not pushing, you're pulling. That's great. Okay, so let's fine tune expression. Now,
Okay.
you're being expressive, but if we want to really fine tune it, let's try this. Okay, who do you think you're supposed to be singing to?
Who do I think I'm supposed to be singing to? I guess I'm telling the story to a friend of kind of how I was living this crazy life and I was sort of saved by love.
Okay, good. You're talking to a friend, not necessarily the audience. Although in this case, you could make the friend the audience.
Sure.
And that's actually what I would suggest doing. Whenever the object of your lyric is to, like a friend or a group of friends, one heart, as you may remember from what I've said before, we always want to just sing to one heart, but
Sure.
it could be the heart of a group of friends. In this case, if we make that group of friends the audience, and you want to make them your friends, that you want to make them feel like they're all like your best friend, and
Sure.
then they're going to support you as an artist and be blessed by what you're doing. All right, so sing to the one heart of the audience. Now, one reason that can be hard, hang on one second. The computer's decided to pop up here. One reason that can be hard in a practical situation that you would know about is that many times you've got a light in your eyes. You've got the spotlight in your eyes, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
you can't see them.
A lot of times they're throwing tomatoes at me and broken bottles, so there's a lot of ducking.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. But I do think that you can be facing that whiteness, and it can make you like a deer in the headlights, like you can't really see
Sure.
who you're talking to. Okay, a really cool trick, if you've never done it, is to take an atom in that whiteness, just an atom, a spot in that whiteness, and interact with it just like it's real. Where you can make people look there even, because you're being so real with it.
Okay.
Interact with that spot and then move the spot over here, or move the spot into the balcony if it's a stadium. Move the spot around, not like a yo-yo.
Right.
But go to this part of the audience, then go to this part of the audience. But you've got to make to be a laser beam with your expression. You have to make it one spot, one heart, and then you can move it around. Garth does this really well.
He's my favorite.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about then. It's
sure.
like, and everybody in the vicinity of the spot you're looking at, all the chairs, everybody, they think you're looking right at them. When you do,
sure.
It's like you're interacting right at them. Okay, so how do you make that real? You've got to interact with them, which means they have a part in this equation, okay? All right, pop quiz here to kind of spin this out here. How do you know when you successfully communicate to another human being? How do you know when you meaning you got through and made them feel something? How do you know?
Oh, geez, that's a tough question. This is getting into like psychology now. How do I know? Geez, I guess you sense on a one-on-one situation, you sense an understanding.
No, you don't.
You mean from the audience? You mean from the stage?
You're in the right direction, but you're not a mind reader.
Right.
How do you know? How do you sense? How do you know that you got through? What do you get from them?
Smile? I'm not sure.
Maybe you get some kind of response. It's acting technique that's real. Okay.
Right.
Okay. You get a response. Well, what response do you want? Maybe not a smile. What do you? It needs to be the response to the message you're giving.
So you elicit an emotional response that you're going for, basically.
That's right. But you got to see that response. Now, if you can't see the person in the studio, it's the same thing as in the studio when that white light is in your face and you can't see the audience. Right. Well, you've got to use your imagination and imagine that you know what response you want. What's the look on the face? What is the little bit of human nuance in body language that tells you got through? Okay. Right now, I'm doing it to my webcam. And you think I'm talking to you, don't you?
Sure.
Because I'm not. I'm talking to a machine.
Right.
I'm imagining you. Now, if I'm talking to you, I'm looking down at my computer screen. You see?
Right.
Okay. So anyway, so we need to get a specific response from the audience that you're talking to, right?
Okay.
That's how you know what vocal tone, body language, and facial language to use. Because it's psychological, but it's also human. It's like really, it's human psychology. But right. Mick, you know how to do this. You know how to actually talk to a friend and get something that some kind of reaction that tells you they understood what you were saying.
For sure.
Okay, so that's how you do it. And
okay.
Here's the coolest part. One of the coolest parts. You don't have to feel a thing. You don't have to be in the mood to sing that song.
Right.
You don't even have to ever have experienced exactly those lyrics. You can not be in the middle of that scene in your personal life and still sing about it. As long as you do understand it really in a very real way, that you understand what the basic message is and all that behind it. But what your job is not to make you feel anything, but right. to make that heart feel what you're saying. Even if it's fun, they still feel it at an emotional level.
Right.
And then your job is to get the response.
Sure. That
tells you what body language, what nuances, so it's a sad song. Well, why is it sad? That's not the question. That's like the wrong question to be asking.
Okay.
The question is, what's the message of that song and to whom are you delivering it?
Okay.
Because it might be you're having a very intimate discussion with your significant other in front of 1,000 people.
Right.
Well, you need to ignore them, just like if you're playing a golf game.
Mm-hmm.
You need to zoom in on that heart that song is to, in such a way that whether they're there or not, you're imagining that you're getting a specific body language or facial language response, which sometimes could be they're frozen. They can't even move. They feel so much.
Right.
Okay. You know how to do that. Now, with this song you just sang,
Yep.
who is it to?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like I said, I think it's like I'm singing to a friend to tell them the story of how,
Okay.
love saved my life, I guess.
All right. And why would that friend be interested in that story?
I guess they care about me and they like to see
Yes.
good things happen.
Yes. And whether or not you feel okay or not, you're blessing them by making them feel good about that you're okay.
Right.
That's the response you want. What would that look like on their face? What would that look like on their face? On their, meaning that one heart. The one heart group of friend.
See, my problem is I'm never shooting for the heart. I'm usually shooting for the liver. So I just got to change the organ that I'm going towards.
Exactly. But it's not just shooting for it. That's not enough.
Right.
You
got to reach it.
Real singing is not for the squeamish. You've got to not only reach it, but get the response that you want.
Sure.
That's your job. No matter if you have to turn upside down on your head and throw your guitar, whatever you got to do.
I do that sometimes.
That response.
That's how I close most of my shows. The handstand guitar throw.
Exactly. I've got to see that. Now, this time, this is the weirdest situation that you can do that in. You've got to ignore the presence in the room that doesn't have anything to do with the discussion you're having. Right. So what I want you to do, Mick, is in this artificial situation, is do that with that same song. Know who you're talking to, know what response you want to get, and get it.
Okay.
That's your artistry. And
sure.
The coolest thing is you don't have to feel anything. But the other cool thing is if you do it and you do get that response, it comes back on you and you do feel something.
Yeah.
But don't do it for that reason. Mm-hmm. Okay. No pressure.
Try it again.
No pressure though.
Okay. Same. You want me to do the same song or?
Yeah, do the same song, and you're gonna.
Sounds good.
You're gonna have to get out of your head.
I used to like to get drunk, like to get stoned. I love to be buzzed up, now I leave it alone. I've had Joneses, I've had demons, I put love on, I put leave on. She's like a fit of whiskey with each kiss. She knocks me right over. I think I found my swagger, then I stagger when she gets closer. She's getting me drunk, but it's a sweet hangover. 'Cause I get high when I hold her.
Excellent. Did you notice it's subtle, but it's important? Did you notice the difference?
I felt something different. Yeah, it felt different to me.
Yeah, it even feels different to you. All right, as weird as it is to do in this situation with me, like looking at the side, and I am. When you get in front of your next audience and you do it, play with that, okay? You might be able to see some people in the front row, but also send your spot out to where you can't see, to the lawn if it's a stadium, or to the back of the crowd where you can't see.
Sure.
And move it around, not like a yo-yo, but interact. It's not just you projectile vomiting your song out, okay? It's
sure.
It's you.
That's usually after the show.
It's you making your audience member respond, or making your heart respond. And then when you do that, even all the people over here, they're going to get drawn into the drama because you're being real, in the very same way that an actor, your favorite actor at the movies, can make you stop eating popcorn. How do they do that? They're not even talking to you. Well, they're being real within a scene.
Right.
All right. So every song is different. Go into that scene and interact with, and don't come up for air till it's done. And you're going to have a blast doing it too. And it's very freeing for you. It's totally freeing of any kind of stage anxiety or numbness or anything like that.
Sure.
Because it's focused. You're focusing on what this thing is really about, which is delivering messages.
Right.
Okay. All right. Cool. Does that help?
So it helps a lot. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate it.
All right. You got it. We'll have a blast.
Awesome. Talk to you soon.
Okay.